Hi, this is Ian from EssentialTennis.com. Welcome to this video lesson in which we're going to be talking about serve and volley strategies for singles. I'm going to do a separate doubles video as well, so don't miss that one if you're a doubles player. I really recommend serve and volley at the club level, both for singles and doubles, especially for doubles. If you want to be a high-level player, then that's absolutely necessary. In singles, it can still be a great tactic to use. And I want to thank Rashid for writing in via email to suggest this topic. So Rashid, I'm just going to split this up quickly into two different categories here, the serve and your volleys. Serve, two quick things on that. First of all, first serve percentage is crucial. Serving and volleying on your second serve is just going to make your job much, much more difficult, especially if you don't have a ton of confidence in your second serve and your opponent has a decent return. So I recommend that you really work hard on a heavy spin serve to use for both your first and your second serves when you're serving and volleying. You know, it's not that a flat bomb can't be effective, but your percentages are going to go way down on that first serve, which means you have to rely on your second, number one. And number two, if your opponent does get a read on that flat serve, then you're not going to be able to make your way in nearly as close to the net before you get your first volley, which makes things more tricky as well. In terms of placements or trying to aim your serve, and you should be working hard. If you're a serve and volley player, or you aspire to be, you should be working really hard at hitting each of the three main target areas, down the tee, at the body, out wide, with each of your different types of serve. So if you have a heavy spin serve, make sure that you're very confident hitting all three targets. If you have a flat serve you like to use, make sure you're really good at hitting all three targets on both the deuce and the ad side. That's crucial. But the ones you should be using most often are tee and body, simply because it keeps the ball more in front of you. When you go out wide and your opponent has to move out there to get the ball, it gives him or her more choices as far as angles to try to hit the ball around you. And also it means more distance for you to cover in order to be in the right position. Anytime you're at the net, you should be following the ball. The side of the court that the ball is on is the side of the center that you should be on. So when you go way out wide, it means that you have much greater distance to travel to get to the right spot. So for those two reasons, really you should be hitting at either the body or the tee most often. Doesn't mean that out wide can't be effective. It can be, but these two serves should be your bread and butter for serve and volley. Okay, so that's the serve. Number two, volleys. I'm going to give you a really simple guideline to follow here, Rashid. Anytime you have a neutral volley or a defensive volley, and that means maybe you're making contact below the height of the net, you know, your opponent has dipped it down at your feet, so you're having to get down to hit your volley or half volley, or maybe they hit a good passing shot and you're getting stretched out and you're having a hard time just getting a racket on the ball. When you're in that kind of situation, in singles, you want to keep the ball in front of you. So let's say that's maybe the ball is low here, you got stretched out wide. Rather than go cross court, which means you have a lot of distance to travel to cover the next passing shot possibility, keep the ball in front of you on a neutral or a defensive volley. That's going to make it easiest for you to stay in good position naturally, or certainly more easily, and be in a good spot to cover the next shot from your opponent. On the other hand, when you get an easy volley, when you have an offensive opportunity, you're close to the net, you're making contact above the height of the net, that's your opportunity to try to put the ball away. And you can use angles there, you can aim shorter in the court and try to hit the ball so that it lands in and then goes off the court. Basically, that's your chance to try to finish the point. So neutral or defensive volleys, keep it in front of you and deep. Offensive volleys, then you can start to try to angle the ball away and finish the point. Just general guidelines. You know, the rules are meant to be broken, of course, especially when it comes to strategy. But in general, if you follow those guidelines, you're going to be successful the majority of the time. So Rashid, thank you so much for the great topic. I appreciate it. If you're watching on YouTube right now and you enjoyed this lesson, do me a favor and click like. Also subscribe to Essential Tennis here on YouTube so that you don't miss out on any future lessons. Let me know if you have any comments or questions below. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.